How's it going, guys? My name is Schuette. I'm a local here in Orlando, Florida, and I am the owner of German Autosport in Sanford. This is a little north of Orlando. We do BMW specialty repairs, and we also focus on drift builds from beginner to, small comp level. I have been working on cars for probably since I got out of high school, when I got into college. And pretty much what started all this was my passion for specifically like the BMW E30. This was like my dream car. I wasn't really a car guy, but for some reason I wanted a BMW E30. So I previously used to drift one of those. It's just not here today. So I've been working on cars out of my apartment since I was in college. Well, when I was in college in my apartment, that's where I began working on cars. And it's developed into a couple shops, and now we are where we are today. My favorite thing about the drift community is probably just the ability to get along with anybody and everybody when you show up to the track. I never really have to pick a group or who I'm hanging out with. It's pretty easy to show up, unload your belongings, have faith that you're not going to get anything taken, stolen from you. Basically, it's a solid, trustworthy community where everyone gets along. So a good beginner drift car would probably be, I would used to say that this would be the BMW E36, but with the way the market has shifted, it's more of BMW E46 is probably the car to go after these days, just due to the rarity and the E36 getting a little more taxed. Something like this here is probably a good idea to get started. It could be a 323 anywhere to a 330. This happens to be a 323, and it's proven itself on the track right now. It probably has only done 2 miles, up and down the road up until this point today, and it's already turned, 8 to 10 laps without any problems at all. Reason it's such a good, reliable car for a beginner drift car is that you can also daily the car and have almost next to no modifications and still get out and have a great time and also learn a lot while you're doing it. Right now, I'm very focused on building my structure at the shop, pretty much getting a structure down with, between me and my employees where we all have designated positions, really building that solid flow from day to day to where we can come in and not really have to think about what's next. While the passion is drifting, I'm just mainly focused on progress at the shop right now. Next year, I would love to be able to get a little more hands-free and do some more traveling, get out of state and hit some more nostalgic drift events and get a little bit away from OSW. Even though it's a great home track, I love being 45 minutes away from it and be able to get out there almost every other weekend. It's definitely time to focus on a little bit more travel and experience a little bit new sights while also being able to drift them. So this here is my originally 330i ZHP 2004 BMW. As you know, they didn't make an M3 sedan, so I decided to do one myself. So this has been S54 swapped from a 2004 BMW as well, BMW M3. And I can go as much as plugging in a scanner and hitting auto scan, and it'll think it's a 2004 M3. So we actually mated this to the ZF5 transmission, which is the 330i manual gearbox. I just stayed away from the 6-speed M3 just due to cost. I wanted to keep it an efficient drift car if there is a case of a failure, and I have had more failures with the Getrag 6-speed than I have a ZF5. So it works great for what it is. It's mildly, tastefully upgraded on the interior, but it has retained 100% of the interior, and it still has AC, it still has heat. It has wireless, Bluetooth, hands-free calling. You could jam out while you're driving. It's basically just a party car, all about having a good time, and not overbuilt, not underbuilt, stylish, look good, have fun, a little bit of everything, All right, and then over here is basically where you should start with a drift build. This is once again just a BMW 323i. wanted to do a wagon. I've done a couple coupes and sedans in the past, but this was my first chance to get a wagon. It is very simple. Stock motor, stock transmission, upgraded clutch, diff bushing's done, small angle kit in the front, no e-brake, gutted interior just for a little bit of weight reductions because it is a low power car. But this thing will, as you will see, it gets down on the track and it can prove itself. Under, $5 grand, you can get out here and have a lot of fun.